Hello, Jake. And today, figure go ahead and break down my thoughts for the upcoming 22-23 season for the Wild. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, yeah. Like I say, this season's going to be a very, very interesting season. Just in the West in general. And by the way, excuse me, but I am still kind of coming off of a little bit of a head cold here, so my voice is going to kind of come in and out and all that stuff. So bear with me here, but it's unfortunately that time of year. So anyway, back to the Wild and my thoughts and stuff like that. Well, let's just say this year is going to be crazy in the West, I have a feeling. Just because there's a lot of great teams and a lot of up-and-coming teams that are going to be just absolutely dangerous. And, like I say, good luck predicting the Central. Again, good luck predicting the Central, because outside of Colorado, 2 through 5 is going to be wide open in the Central. Wide open. And it's going to come down to the Blues, the Wild, Preds, and Stars. I have a feeling for those, 4 spots in between there. And you can't necessarily rule out Winnipeg, but I don't know how I feel about Winnipeg. And, yeah. And like I say, the Wild, obviously the big elephant in the room is no Talbot and no Fiala. Fiala getting traded in the offseason was huge. I'm not going to, make any bones about it. But, I don't know. I still have a feeling if I were to make a prediction right here, right now, for the Central, I'm going to say Avs 1, probably Blues 2, Wild 3, Nashville 4, and Dallas 5. With the Jets, and then Coyotes, and then Blackhawks. But I could also potentially see it being Avs, Wild, Blues, Preds, Stars, or Avs, Preds, Blues, Wild, Stars. You see what I mean here, right? 2 through 4 could be literally, 2 through 5 could be just an absolute crapshoot. The Central is going to be a tough division this year. And the Wild are right there in it, too. The Wild are right there. But, again, who knows? Like I say, it's going to be anyone's guess. And even in the Pacific, you still have Vegas, who was a playoff team. Granted, they didn't make it last year. You have the Oilers, who are looking like a well-oiled machine. Unintended puns for the win, baby. No, but when you have Connor, Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, and actually some competent goaltending, they're no longer having to rely on guys who are 35 plus in their net. Anyway, the Calgary Flames, who went from a playoff team to a dumpster team to a playoff team in about 3 months. Yeah, or not even that long, maybe more like 2 months. But still, they're going to be up there. And of course, LA, who has Fiala, Anze Kopitar is still good. They have a lot of youth, and they still have some good goaltending. Jonathan Quick and Cal Peterson, Quentin Byfield. They have some studs there. So, it's going to be interesting to see here just how the Wild fit into this Western picture here. And the player that's really given me the most sort of nerves and anxiety as far as what to think is Philip Gustafsson. Mainly because, again, he's a younger goaltender who's coming in the Cam Talbot trade to Ottawa. And, well, I mean, Marc-Andre Fleury, Gustafsson, I mean, that's going to be an interesting tandem to see. Hopefully we don't have to rely on Jesper Wallstedt, but he did look good during the preseason opportunities he had. But again, though, he's still going to probably stew a year or two down in Iowa before he gets called up to the big leagues, unless things just catastrophically happen in net. Which, I mean, I'm not going to... It's 82 games. Good luck. I mean, anything can happen here, but... who knows? You know, who knows? Because, again, this Western Conference is going to be absolutely crazy. So, again, now kind of pulling it in back to what I see with the Wild and what I believe should happen with the Wild, or what I want to see, this, that, and the other thing. As I mentioned, the goaltending is going to be huge because, again, Fleury is definitely older. Gustafsson has had a few years, but he's still relatively young too, so who knows? You know, the future could be Gustafsson and Wallstedt, so that'll be interesting to see there. Obviously, Greenway is going to be on the shelf for a while, so can Rossi come in and sort of be that first-line center in between Kaprizov and Zuccarello? And then, where's Yost going to fit into here? Tyson Jost. Where is Hartman going to be? Is he going to be kind of in the middle there too? Because Hartman, when he was with Kirill and Zuccarello, I mean, that was a dangerous line. Of course, the grief line with Eriksson Ek and Foligno, you obviously can't, you know, take anything away from there too. I mean, that's going to be a hell of a combo. You know, just from grit to determination to... I honestly love watching the progression of Ek over the last few seasons, because he's now one of those guys who has an offensive game but isn't afraid to play in the dirty areas, which is what I love to see. And also our defenseman pairing, you know, Dumba's going to be with, you know, it'll be interesting to see Dumba, Spurgeon, Brodin, those guys. Addison might actually make the lineup. Jacob Middleton, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how they mess with those lineups and stuff like that. But honestly, it looks like it's going to be Spurgeon and Brodin, Middleton and Dumba, you know, and then the last line of whoever, probably Addison to start and stuff like that. So, again, I mean, it'll be interesting to see here, but the real test for me is going to be Boldy, Kirill, and Rossi. Those three guys right there are going to have to be our offensive studs and stalwarts to start. Because if Rossi's humming, if Boldy's going, if Kaprizov is who we think he is and who he's shown to be, I mean, we'll be fine. However, how will our depth scoring be? And also our goaltending still scares the bejesus out of me, because Marc-Andre Fleury is still a good goaltender, don't get me wrong, but it's, you know, I'd feel a lot more comfortable about Marc-Andre Fleury if it was like 2013, 2012, not 2022, 2023, just because he is older, and we saw what happened in the playoffs there where Guerin and Evason, yeah, that was just painful. Especially in that playoff series against St. Louis. Which also kind of brings me to a little bit of a challenge here that I'm issuing. Because, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I am a part of a server that is primarily Blues fans. I mean, there's obviously a lot of other teams too, but a lot of the members on there are Blues fans. So, anyone who wants to partake in this challenge, I have decided that if the Blues beat the Wild in the season series, including playoffs, I'll wear a Blues jersey and give praise to the Blues. However, if the Wild win, any of the Blues fans or like any of the Blues members who are subscribed to my channel will have to make a video in Wild stuff saying how good the Wild are. I mean, I do something like a punishment challenge or, you know, like a jersey challenge or something like that, but unfortunately that stuff is way too expensive and, you know, I figured just doing something like that would be easier because not everyone collects jerseys or stuff like that, so it'll be interesting to see. Just because, again, it'll be interesting, you know. I always love doing little minor challenges, especially because, believe it or not, I really don't hate the Blues. I mean, yeah, that playoff series had me heated, but that's because the Wild just basically gave up. I mean, we all saw it. I don't think I have to go back into that. The Wild literally just gave up. Evanson just basically said, fuck it, give up. So, but yeah, I mean, again, this Western Conference is going to be just absolutely crazy. So, yeah, like I say, a week from today, we do this thing for real. Home opener against the Rangers in what should be just a crazy season. One that I'm very much looking forward to. So, until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good one.